You're watching Local News 8 Newsline. Local people, local news.
And welcome to our second half hour, everyone. We do have a special update report for you tonight. Our Idaho girl living in Togo, Africa, changing education for the young women there. You remember meeting Payton McGriff about a month ago, maybe a little bit longer. McGriff graduated from Idaho Falls High School and then worked as an intern for the Idaho National Laboratory, and she's a recent University of Idaho graduate. She's also an award-winning entrepreneur. She is founder of SHE, which stands for Style Her Empowered. Payton is teaching young women in Togo to sew so they can make school uniforms, which are required to attend school. Then they can also make uniforms for other girls and maybe make some money. So Payton is back now from Togo. She's been gone for the summer, and she's back to visit with us tonight and kind of catch us up a little bit. So Payton, I still think it's just like the most incredible thing. Most young women your age are going to get their first job, and they're playing on the weekends, and you're even engaged, right? And so some might think you'd be planning a wedding, but no, you decided to take your seed money that you won in this entrepreneurial type contest and create this nonprofit in Togo, Africa. So you've been there. Tell me about it. Tell me everything. How did your day start? How does it end? What have you accomplished so far?
Yeah, I mean, we had a pretty quick trip. I was there for about 3 weeks, but we accomplished a lot. We opened our office in Togo, which was something we were really looking forward to. We're in the process of hiring our first seamstress. We're getting our girls through the program, hiring our first student ambassadors. So we've got a lot in the works now.
Okay, so can you kind of describe it for me? We've got some video that you sent to us that we play every once in a while, but when you, are you in a village with dirt floors and huts, or are you in a city? Is it a city in Africa with skyscrapers? What's it look like there?
We're out in the rural village of Noche. There's thousands of people, but it is, like you described, dirt floors. 80% of the rural population in Togo lives below $1.90 a day, which is the income poverty line. So very impoverished country. We're kind of in the heart of it.
How do they even have education there? Who set it up? Why are there even schools that they might attend?
Yeah, so it's a French-based education system. The education system is pretty important to the Togolese people and to the Togolese government, just that most people lack the financial means to get to school. So that's really what we're trying to address.
These girls, I can hear them singing right now. Can you tell us what's going on in this monitor?
So these are some of the girls that are training to become seamstresses in Noche. There's thousands of them every year, so there's really an oversaturated seamstress market. So one of our main goals is to employ some of these girls in our factory, in our production facility, and they'll start sewing uniforms for local girls, but then also uniforms that we can sell abroad here in the U.S.
So a school, like let's say one of our Catholic schools in Idaho, that has a uniform or whatever, is it a possibility then that they would contract with your girls to have the uniforms made?
That's our goal. That's definitely where we're headed. So
that would be so cool. And then how will you pay them? Well, I know you want to pay them more than that poverty level, right? So do they get paid per uniform, per stitch, per hour, per?
Yeah, so there's a minimum wage in Togo, but we pay them on a salary basis, which is something that's really new for them. A lot of the seamstresses, they work on commission, so they work when they have work, I guess. So having a salary position is something that a lot of them really look up to. So
you've been 3 weeks there. What do you need? Do you have a factory? Do you have sewing machines? What do you need?
So we've received some sewing machines from some really generous donors here in the Idaho Falls area, but we always need more. On our website right now, you can actually sponsor a sewing kit for a girl when she comes into the program. This helps her to learn to sew her own uniform, and then just contributing more to the startup costs of actually opening our facility. So all of those donations help us.
I know a lot of people that, like my mom sewed, and then the next generation I didn't. Do they have to be more modern machines, like something you would pick up today, or can they be an older Singer, style machine? What are you looking for?
So, I mean, there's a very wide range. Most of them are really accustomed to working on treadle machines that run without electricity. Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of our designs actually accommodate those straight stitches, which is really nice, but we're working into a more modern technology, hoping to give them more useful skills in a globalized economy. So.
Okay. All right. So can you just tell me what your day is like? Where are you sleeping, and where do you get up in the morning, and what do you have for breakfast? Tell me Togo. What is a life in Togo like?
Yeah, so we were really lucky. I mean, we stayed in a very nice house, but I can tell you more about what a girl's typical day looks like. We went around the town with a girl named Alolo, and she wakes up at 4 a.m. She goes to fetch water for her family. She cooks breakfast. After that, she's cleaning, and she wakes up basically in a one-room house on the concrete floor because there's no bed for her. And then after all of that, she has to go to school at 7 a.m. till 5 p.m., come back and start over. So it's just a tremendous amount of work that falls on the shoulders of girls.
Is there plumbing?
There is in some houses. The majority that you'll see, no running water, no electricity. So
I heard that you learned how to carry a water bucket or whatever on your head.
I tried. I definitely tried. It's a lot harder than it looks, but that was such a great learning experience.
Right. So the next thing you'll do then, by the time you go, when do you go back anyway? You know?
It might be October, maybe January.
Okay.
Just kind of depends on.
Are you hoping to go back with funds, maybe that people have volunteered, donated, or
Yes.
are you hoping to go back with a big armful of sewing machines, or what do you need?
Yeah, so we'll be taking some sewing machines over this month and in the following months. We received some donations for clothing that we're taking to a local orphanage, so we're really excited about that. But yeah, we just really hope to go over with a lot of sponsorships, which you can do through our website. You can sponsor a year of education for a girl.
What would that run us?
Just $50, which is pretty
50?
mind-boggling.
$50 will do
Yeah.
a year's education for
And
these
that's
girls.
tuition, textbooks, and a school uniform for them. So the dollar goes pretty far in terms of education, and it's pretty transformative for these girls' lives.
So what when they what are they graduating from? Is it high school? By the time you're hopefully through with them? And...
Yeah, we go K through 12, but we actually received a really generous sponsorship of a girls' college education. So we're working with girls of all age ranges.
Do we have college there? Is there a place to go to college in Togo?
There is. There's a University of Lomé in the capital city. That's where the majority of students go if they get through their high school career.
Have you gotten to know some of these girls personally to where, are you getting bonding, kind of getting close to them? What do you hope for them? What do you want to see happen? Most of them you said are around 12 to 15 age, so let's give them another 4 or 5 years. Where do you want them to go? What do you want them to do?
I mean, I've always said that empowerment to me is having all the resources that you need to determine your own future. So we hope that these girls have all of the building blocks that they need to create their passions in lives and pursue those. So I hope that they are empowered as like we are. So
have I said enough that she's University of Idaho? I'm just saying. Okay, so this is like a vandal. This is what this young girl's doing, and there's another girl from Idaho Falls there.
Our intern Marissa Shearer, she was a huge help to us this whole trip. So we've got a lot of vandals out in Togo.